for a good laugh on this Saturday morning. There was this family in California. They were going down the highway when all of a sudden they were passed by the car from Ghostbusters. Remember the white Ghostbusters mobile?
Yes.
Sped right past them, but that's not all.
All right, yes. Just moments later, look at this. It's a speed demon DeLorean from the 1985 movie Back to the Future.
I would love to take a spin in that DeLorean.
Back to the Future, Star Trek, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The public has a long-standing love affair with Hollywood and the famous sets, props, monsters, and machines that make it great. LA Proper will take you into the heart of LA's TV and prop scene and into the hearts and minds of everyday movie lovers and obsessed enthusiasts everywhere.
My name is Sean Bishop, and I am a prop builder. I'm constantly building from the time I could walk. The Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, a screen-accurate DeLorean from Back to the Future, Starship Enterprises, R2-D2, C-3PO's Darth Vader helmets, Stormtrooper rifles, the Ark of the Covenant, the Hellboy pistol, you name it. I can't even walk through a place like Target or a grocery store or anything without seeing a found object and be like, I could make something from that. Perfect.
I'm Jay Ryan, and I have been obsessed with props for as long as I can remember. One time when I was about 10 years old, I built the Back to the Future DeLorean out of my bed. It was stuff around the house, cardboard, cake pans, Campbell's soup cans. It was so fun and so great to have something, that creative outlet, that I just fell in love, and I've been doing it ever since. One of the overwhelming aspects about owning this car is literally driving it, because everybody's waving, everybody sees it, everybody knows what it is. There's something inside of everybody that does bring them back to that core when they were a kid. So our goal here is to reconnect people with the movies they've always loved and give them the props they've always dreamed about.
I wanted to do something very special for my husband for this coming birthday. He is a huge Ghostbuster fan, and I thought, what a great way to surprise him by getting him something he's always wanted, and that's a proton pack.
Oh, nice shooting, Tex.
So Marcy comes to us and she asked us to build a proton pack for her husband Steve, and there's a million little pieces on this thing. It's like a Lego set without directions. There's gonna be a challenge to get this one across the plate, but if we do our job, he's gonna be a very happy person.
Jay headed down to San Diego to meet Vinny, a true Ghostbusters fanatic.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on in this case here. They're action figures, right? They're certainly not dolls.
They're
dolls.
adult collectibles.
These look like
they're
very high quality.
Yeah, they're like super posable. I don't like play with them or anything, but it was fun posing them in the first place to put them in there.
I'm assuming you don't wear this.
No, I don't wear this one. This is actually my wife Yvonne's.
So obviously she must be, okay with your mild obsession.
She actually hadn't seen the movie until after we wore the costumes. But,
oh my goodness.
But yeah.
Now what about her girlfriends?
Yeah,
basically?
I think it's all my friends. I don't think her family knows about this too much. So.
Well, Vinny's Ghostbuster stash was no disappointment. Now we needed to see some hardware. So Sean jumped into the Ecto and headed out to find Ross to see what separates a real proton pack from one you can find in a toy store.
When I was growing up, I watched real Ghostbusters a lot. My parents bought me the Kenner pack. It was amazing. I was running around busting ghosts as a kid with the little foam that came with it. And then a couple years later at my grandma's, I saw the movie. The first thing I thought was, their packs are black, mine's blue. What the hell?
How do you go about starting something like this? What are we looking at here?
Well, you gotta be really obsessed. I did my best with this to use as many of the original parts or replications of the original parts as I could.
Right.
But if you're, one of those hardcore fans, I would expect someone to come in and start picking it apart immediately.
All right, so let's do that a little bit.
What we're looking at here is what, like a
cup holder type of product?
This is exactly, it's a Dixie cup holder. It matches very, the mother piece matches very well to what was seen on screen. There it is right there. You're a Ghostbuster.
Armed with the information and the inspiration they needed, Jay and Sean headed back to our shop for the build.
Contrary to popular belief, this is not just a pile of crap that I dumped on the table here. We've actually got this broken up into a few categories so we can keep track of it. We got what we could find, what we could buy, and what we have to build.
And this is going to be our buck for the mold that we're going to make to do fiberglass shells, correct?
Yep, this is going to be our master.
And how long did it actually take to put this together?
Probably about 18 hours of accumulated time.
What are we doing?
I am putting the finishing touches on this beautiful aluminum particle thrower.
Very nice. What can I do to help?
Want to do some resin casting?
Absolutely.
We got our basic 2-part polyester resin. We're going to do an ounce of A and an ounce of B. We're going to powder the molds, and then the resin is going to go from that cup into there, and we're going to pour up these beautiful particle thrower molds.
Perfect.
And I'm going to get back to the aluminum ones.
I'm on it.
Here it looks like we've got a pretty close to being finished proton pack.
Yeah, I'll say so.
We beat it up a little bit.
And this was just rub and buff you used, right? To get all this kind of, looks like the paint's actually taken off, but it's actually a layer on top.
So we may as well stand her up and attach the particle thrower. What do you think?
Let's do it.
There we go.
This is a very exciting moment.
That on.
There we go.
Nice. Don't look down the barrel. Don't do that.
Okay, well, we got our proton pack for Steve completed, but we still need a little help with our reveal. Who on earth could we call?
My wife Marcy told me that Dan Aykroyd was doing a vodka signing of his own vodka in LA, pretty close to where we live. Dan asks if I want to take a picture with him.
Want to get a shot here?
Sure, I'll lean over the counter to get a picture of him. The next thing I know, there's a guy with a proton pack and he's giving it to Dan, and I'm thinking, what is he doing with that?
Congratulations.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? You're absolutely kidding me. I can't believe this is possibly happening.
To a devoted GB.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
One of our heads of cadets right here.
Makes me feel like an official Ghostbuster since Dan gave it to me.
When you come by the set, you'll be able to get the other guys.
I don't think any fan could have, could have a better experience than that. Marcy has always been my best friend. Having her come through and do something for me in this way that's so meaningful to me, it's amazing, and I love her for it.
Another satisfied customer and another great build. We'll see you next time on LA Proper.